Guys, you did everything right. Like, I don't know what position you are in right now, but like maybe you're still in school, maybe you're trying to find a school, maybe you're in a job, you have a really steady income, like wherever you are, like this is completely normal. Like to feel lost, to feel stuck, this is always going to happen, unfortunately, but fortunately. Think of this as little checkpoints in your life to reevaluate like, is this the life that you want to be living? So for those of you who don't really know me, which is most of you, my name is Michael. I'm 25. I'm a full-time creator and a full-time entrepreneur, and these 7 questions truly changed my life. Like whenever I feel stuck and whenever I feel like I'm losing purpose of what I'm doing, like I ask myself these so I can get some clarity and redefine what success actually means to me. So this isn't gonna be your typical guru motivation stuff. Like this is actual questions that I want you to answer truthfully and take the time to do it because it changed my life. And I know that it can change yours if you really take the time to commit to it. So starting with the first question, if you continue to live the next 10 years the exact way you have been for the past 30 days, will you be content with the amount that you've achieved? Using the last 30 days as a time frame is the key because it's not too short of a time frame and it's not too long either. If I answer this question, if I live the next 10 years the way I have been for the past 30 days, I'd probably be dead or really miserable. I just haven't been the nicest to myself. I probably work 12 hours every single day. I neglect sleep. I mean, I still go to the gym, which is good, but the other areas of my life, like family and relationships, I've just been neglecting. So my biggest problem recently has been tying success to how much work I put in or how much money I make. So at the same time, I challenge you to figure out what are some of the habits that you've had the past 30 days that you're not proud of or you don't want to kind of implement for the next 10 years. So question number 2, if you met the 18-year-old version of yourself today, would they see your current life as a success story or an example of a life that they wouldn't be proud of? I specifically chose 18 because that's when I went to college, and that's the first time I got to experience what freedom felt like. I felt like I could take on the entire world. When I was 18, I really thought that I was gonna go in the music industry. Like I came into college with the idea of going into pre-med, but I knew my passion was towards, something creative. And a lot of things have changed since then, but at the same time, a lot of things stayed the same. Like I'm still doing creative work and I'm still, trying to figure out what I want to do with my life. So I want you to look back to a time. It doesn't have to be when you're 18, but a time when you felt really curious about what your future was going to look like. And ask yourself, like, do you think that version of yourself would be proud of where you are at now? Question number 3. Who is the person that you argue with the most in your head, and why are you letting them dictate the career and life choices you're making today? Back when I was meditating every single day, there was this one practice that really stuck with me, and it's this idea of your inner monologue or your inner voice. If you separated them to a different person, and this person is nagging at you, and it's giving you anxiety, and it's telling you a lot of things that make you fearful, like, would you listen to this person? That concept blew my brain. So you're telling me this whole time I didn't have to be listening to that voice in my head telling me all those negative things. So if you ever want to practice this, take some time, 5 to 10 minutes alone, and just close your eyes, take deep breaths, and try to listen to what that voice is saying to you. Like you can probably put a real voice to it. It could be your own, it could be someone else's. But then I want you to take that voice and just imagine it's a different person. Like put a face to it. It could be literally a clone of you. And if you hear the things that's telling you like, oh, don't do that, it's embarrassing, shut it out for once. Just ignore it and just see how much clearer you can see things. Like that is just all in your head. So question number 4, are your friends a support system for your growth, or are they just a comfort group designed to make sure nobody feels too guilty about staying mediocre together? This is probably one of the hardest questions you're gonna have to ask yourself because you really are a makeup of your 5 best friends and especially the environment that you guys are hanging out in. If the people you hang out with the most in your life aren't supportive of your goals or aren't encouraging you and motivating you to reach your goals, do you really want them in your life? And I'm not saying to go cut off all of your friends. Like I had some of my favorite moments of my entire life with them. But if they aren't supporting where you want to be, it just might be a little telltale sign that you might need to change your environment or who you surround yourself with. To give you an example, I love to film. I am a videographer and filmmaker at heart. And one time I was in a museum in Chicago and I remember placing my camera down. And I'm already a pretty self-conscious dude, so when I film in public, that just gets to the max. And when I put my camera down and recorded myself, my friend was laughing at me. Like laughing at me because I was probably making a fool of myself or I was embarrassing them. And thinking back on it now, like I really should have just passed it. Like who cares? Like I'm living my life. But at the moment, it really took a toll on me because that was someone who I really cared how they think and how they feel. If you feel like your friends aren't impacting you in a positive way, then you really have a choice to make. Do you want to stay with these people and see if they might change their mind later or will support you eventually? Or are you gonna go out of your comfort zone and try to find people that already off the bat will support you and help you grow even further? So question number 6, are you actually living your life or are you performing for others? Growing up in an Asian household meant there was a lot of high expectations. And when I had to make the decision to go to college or not, I knew that I would have done super well if I pursued music. But at the same time, my parents really wanted me to go to college. So in that case, I performed and I went to college. It wasn't for me, but it was for someone else. I'm not saying this was a bad choice, but these are the moments where I want you to think about, like, are you doing this for you or are you doing this for someone else? Another big example is posting content. For all my creators out there who are trying to, build a personal brand or trying to post content, it is so easy to get caught up by people going like, oh, like you're cringy, or oh, it didn't get many views or likes. What are you gonna do? Listen, all noise. Like, if you start making content for those people, trying to please those people, you are going to attract those people. And that is just not the audience you want. So when it comes to creating content, this is that key moment where I'm telling you, like, you are posting because you want to, and you're gonna post what you want. Because at the end of the day, that's what matters. The second you start posting based off of metrics or what other people think, you're performing, and it's gonna hurt you so much more in the long run. And the final question, the idea of a quarter life crisis is bullshit. The average person lives to be 73, and we spend a third of our life sleeping. How are you gonna spend the rest of it? If there's any question I want you to respond to very intentfully, it is this one. Think about it for a second. If the average person lives to be 73, 25 is just a third of that. Think about how much of your life is spent on cooking, cleaning, eating, going to the bathroom, all the time that you aren't as able-bodied when you're older. Wake up. And if you were to tell me that I was gonna spend the rest of that time working a job that I don't even enjoy for the rest of my life, no way. Not a chance. And this isn't even factoring unpredictable things like death. So I want you to really think about this. If there is one thing that you would do happily for the rest of your life, why aren't you doing it? And what is stopping you from it? Guys, if there's anything I want you to take away from this, it's to choose your time wisely. Spend a lot of time with the people that you love. Do hard things and do the things that you really enjoy doing. And always go the extra mile to do something for someone else. We really only have one shot at this, so make sure whatever you're doing and whatever you're spending your time on, enjoy the hell out of it.